Jessica Lynn Wojnilko, born May 1st, 1999, 1, is an American expert wrestler and previous gymnast. She is signed to WWE, in which she plays at the SmackDown emblem below the hoop called Tiffany Stratton, and is the contemporary WWE Women's Champion in her first reign. She is likewise a former one-time NXT Women's Champion and a former holder of the Women's Money with Inside the Bank agreement. After triumphing weightlifting and bodybuilding championships, Wojnilko's mother and father desired her to turn out to be an expert wrestler and had her educated with the aid of using Greg Gain. She signed with WWE in August 2021 and debuted in November, taking up a gimmick of a spoiled, wealthy female. While with inside the developmental emblem NXT, she gained the NXT Women's Championship once. She changed into then promoted to the principal roster on SmackDown in February 2024. Jessica Wojnilko changed into born on May 1st, 1999 in Prior Lake, Minnesota. She graduated from St. Catherine University. She practiced trampoline gymnastics for numerous years. Wojnilko, S mother and father desired her to pursue a profession in expert wrestling, so her mom contacted Greg Gain, a former wrestler high-quality acknowledged for his time at American Wrestling Association, AWA, to educate Wojnilko previous to becoming a member of WWE. On August 30th, 2021, Wojnilko changed into the simplest female introduced in a brand new organization of recruits who might be schooling on the WWE Performance Center. During a taping of the November 16 episode of 205 Live, she made her expert wrestling debut below the hoop call, Tiffany Stratton, defeating Amari Miller on December 28th. She debuted as a heel on WWE's developmental emblem, NXT, with a spoiled, wealthy female gimmick, defeating Fallon Henley. In March 2022, Stratton commenced a feud with Sarray, attacking her for rejecting her provide to update her grandmother's necklace with one which she might deliver to her. Sarray answered with the aid of costing Stratton her suits in opposition to Henley and Ivy Nile, main to a healthy among the two at the April 19th episode of NXT, which Stratton gained. On May 24th, she changed the injured Nikita Lyons with inside the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament, defeating Henley with inside the semifinals earlier than dropping with inside the finals to Roxanne Perez. In June, Stratton feuded with Wendy Chu, whom she defeated at NXT. The Great American Bash on July 5, however, misplaced to her in a lighting fixtures out healthy at the August 23rd episode of NXT, in the course of which she suffered a head harm that took her out of action. Stratton lower back on January 10th, 2023 at NXT, New Year's Evil, and dropped the Daddy's Female, a part of her gimmick. On the March 21st episode of NXT, Stratton defeated Indy Hartwell to qualify for a ladder healthy for the NXT Women's Championship at NXT Stand and Deliver on April 1st, however did not win the name. Stratton then took component in an 8-female single removal tournament, wherein she defeated Gigi Dolan with inside the quarterfinals, Roxanne Perez with inside the semifinals, and Lyra Valkyria with inside the finals at NXT Battleground on May 28th to win the NXT Women's Championship, marking her first name in her profession. On June 27th at NXT Gold Rush, Stratton made her first a success name protection in opposition to Chase University's Thea Hale. During the healthy, Hale submitted Stratton, however, the referee changed into distracted with the aid of using Drew Gulak. Earlier than Stratton in the long run gained the healthy. At NXT, the Great American Bash on July 30th, Stratton once more retained the name in opposition to Hale in a submission healthy, after Andre Chase threw with inside the towel while Stratton locked Hale in a submission. On the September 12th episode of NXT, Stratton misplaced the name to Becky Lynch, finishing her reign at 107 days. She did not regain the name from Lynch in an Extreme Rules healthy at NXT No Mercy on September 30th. On December 9th, she competed with inside the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge at NXT Deadline, which changed into gained with the aid of using Blair Davenport. At NXT, New Year's Evil on January 2nd, 2024, Stratton misplaced to Fallon Henley in a ranch hand or servant for an afternoon healthy. Accordingly, she needed to paintings on Henley's ranch for an afternoon in the course of the subsequent week. This might mark Stratton's very last NXT appearance. On January 27th at Royal Rumble, she entered the Women's Royal Rumble healthy at quantity 29, disposing of Roxanne Perez earlier than being removed with the aid of using the eventual